Okay, so the topic tonight, class, would be accounting for long-term construction contracts. So the issue here really is on how you are going to record the revenue from a construction contract. And from the name itself, we'll be dealing with contracts that will span more than one period. So the issue here is you will be incurring costs throughout the life of the construction project. So your concern would be how much are you going to report as profit for the first year of the project, second year, third year, so on and so forth. So basically, you would have a profit from the contract class. The issue now is when do you recognize that profit? Do you recognize it at the start? Do you recognize it at the end? Or do you recognize it throughout the life of the throughout the duration of the construction project? Okay. So the commonly used method class is the percentage of completion method, wherein the revenues and the cost will be recognized depending on the percentage of completion. Okay. There are other methods. You will have cost recovery method. You will have revenue recognition method. But again, most problems will revolve around the use of the percentage of completion method. Okay. And many students, class, would think that this topic is difficult because of the different ways in which the information or data may be given. But at its core, class, the most important thing for you to determine using the percentage of completion method is obviously the percentage of completion. That would be the most crucial factor that we will have to consider. Okay, and again, there are a lot of ways in which the problem can make the computation of the percentage of completion difficult. But once, but once you have already the percentage of completion method, you only need one other thing for you to know how much will be reported as realized gross profit. Okay, it is the realized gross profit that will be reported in your income statement that will form part of your net income. So again, the most crucial is the percentage of completion. And once you have that percentage, the other thing that you would need would be the expected gross profit. Okay, so basically, these are the two most important things that you will need for you to be able to answer problems involving long-term construction contracts that use the percentage of completion method. Okay, so I want us to narrow it down, class, that really the most important thing here is your percentage of completion and the expected gross profit. But why would many students find it difficult? Because the computation for your RGP class is very procedural. Okay, you need the two things I mentioned, but you will have to follow the steps or the procedure, class, for you to arrive at the profit to be reported for a particular year. Okay, our concern here is how much profit will be reported for each reporting period. But again, at its core, class, you just need two things: the percentage of completion and the expected gross profit. Okay. Now, problems will be complicated, class. In what way? Obviously, number one would be that the problem will not give you directly these two things you need. But again, what are the two things you need to solve these problems, class? The percentage of completion and the expected gross profit. But why will the problems be complicated? Because the problems will not give you outright these two things. The problem will not immediately give you the percentage of completion. The problem will not immediately give you the expected gross profit. You will be the one that will have to figure this out in the problems. Okay. But I always want to give illustrative problems wherein these two things are already given, class, so that you would understand the procedure or the steps that I mentioned earlier without the confusion or the difficulty on coming up with the percentage of completion and the expected gross profit. Many students would be overwhelmed, class. Okay, you will have to follow the steps, but the things that you need to input in the steps, class, are not readily available. They would think you need a lot of things to get this, you need this, to get that, you need that. Okay, but really, if you just know the steps and you have the two things, class, the percentage of completion and the realized gross profit, solving the commonly asked questions for this topic would be very easy. So I want us to understand the process or the steps first before we expand the problem wherein you will have to compute for the percentage of completion and the expected gross profit. So as you can see in the first illustrative problem class, the first two rows there are the percentage of completion and the expected gross profit. The two things that we need are already given to you. Because what we want to emphasize is the process or the steps class. Okay? And throughout these illustrative problems, the term or the duration of the construction contracts will be 4 years. But I want you to understand it's not always 4 years. Okay? It's only for the purposes of this illustration wherein we will be having a 4-year construction period. Okay. Again, two things to need, percentage of completion and the expected gross profit. And for the first illustrative problem, it is already given to you. So in the first year class, for year 1, what is the percentage of completion? It is 0. Expected gross profit is 4 million, which is given. But just as a preview, how do we expect to solve for gross profit? We've mentioned this already. Gross profit is equal to revenue minus cost. Okay? So here, the revenue here would be the total contract price, and then the cost would be the cost of construction. But again, we will not focus there yet. But I want you to understand that it's really easy for you to eventually compute for the gross profit later on. But here, it's already given. Okay? So if the expected gross profit in year 1 class for the entire contract is 4 million, the question now before us is how much of this 4 million will be reported on year 1. And even without knowing the steps class, it should make sense to you that the amount of profit to be reported in year 1 would be 0. Why will it be 0? Because you have not accomplished anything. You have not earned any portion of the total 4 million. Under the percentage of completion class, you only earn revenue, you only recognize revenue, you only earn profit if you earn it class. And the earning process here is through construction work. So if you do not have any accomplishment class, then expectedly you will not have any profit to report for that year. Okay? But for us to maintain to consistently apply the steps class, normally the first thing you will have to do is to multiply the percentage of completion and the expected gross profit. And the amount that you would get there, class, is not yet the realized gross profit for the year. The amount that you would get after multiplying the percentage of completion and the expected gross profit would still be the cumulative RGP. What does RGP stand for? It's your realized gross profit. Okay? So once you have the two things we need, the percentage of completion and the expected gross profit, all you have to do is to multiply them. Okay, but understand that the amount that you would get there is your cumulative RGP. And that is not the commonly asked question. It is even rarely asked. The most commonly asked question for this topic is, how much is your RGP for the year? How much is the RGP for year 1? How much is the RGP for year 2? Okay, but again, to answer these questions, we just need two things, the percentage of completion and the expected gross profit. But my concern now is, you might think that I might have oversimplified it, that you might think that once you have these two, all you have to do is to multiply them to get your RGP. That's not yet the answer. Okay, again, to answer the commonly asked question, the RGP, you just need two things, percentage of completion and the expected gross profit. But what do I want you to be careful of? Please do not oversimplify things in thinking that you just have to multiply these two and the amount that you would get is already the RGP for the year. That's not correct. Okay? When you multiply the percentage of completion and the realized gross profit, the amount that you would get, the product, would still be the cumulative RGP. Then how do you arrive at the RGP for the year? After you have computed for the cumulative RGP. In the table I have given you, you have their PYCRGP class. PYCRGP stands for prior year or previous year cumulative RGP. Okay, PYCRGP is your previous year's cumulative RGP. So once you have computed the cumulative RGP for the year, you deduct the cumulative RGP last year, the difference would be the RGP this year. And that should make sense. For example, cumulative RGP for the year must be 100,000, but you have already reported RGP in the previous years in the amount of 80. How much then would be the RGP just for the year? Then it will be 20 lang, 100 minus 80. So again, what's the commonly asked question? Compute for the RGP for the year. What are the two things you need? The percentage of completion and the expected gross profit. What do you do with these two? You simply multiply. But what do I want to instill upon you, class? That once you multiply these two, that is not yet the answer. That is not yet the RGP. That will give you the cumulative RGP. Once you have the cumulative RGP, how do you arrive at the RGP for the year? Deduct all the RGP recognized last year, previous year. Not just last year, all the past years. Okay? But class, on the first year class, your cumulative RGP will always be the same as your RGP. Again, on the first year, your cumulative RGP would just be the same as your RGP. Why? Because if it's the first year, you don't have any previous year. I hope that makes sense. If it's the first year, you don't have any previous year RGP. So it will always be your cumulative RGP for year one minus 0. It will always be minus 0 for year one because you don't have any RGP in the previous years. And that is why many students, class, especially those who would not completely study the topic, they would just answer some problems and the problem will ask just for year one. What will be the answer for year one? It will just be the percentage of completion times expected gross profit. So what would they think? RGP then must be simply expected gross profit times percentage of completion. Why can that be correct? That can be correct if you're just being asked for year one. Okay, but I don't want you to think that that is the way to solve for RGP. Even for year one, I want you to remember the step. What comes out after you multiply the percentage of completion and the expected gross profit? It's not yet the RGP. It is the cumulative gross profit for the year at that point. And to arrive for the RGP, you will have to deduct the previous year's cumulative RGP. But again, it just so happens, and logically, if it's the first year, you don't have anything to deduct from the product of your percentage of completion and your expected gross profit. Okay, so that's why you would expect that the RGP for year one will simply be the product of your percentage of completion and your expected gross profit. But here in illustrative problem 1, why is our RGP or even our cumulative RGP 0? Because we did not have any accomplishment. We have not made any progress. Okay? We did not make any construction work to earn the profit from the contract. Let's proceed to year 2, class. After year 2, you are asked, how much is the RGP for year 2? What are the two things you need? Again, percentage of completion and the expected gross profit. But again, let's be clear, class. Do you expect these two things to be directly given in the problem, class? The answer is no. But why am I giving it to you here in the first illustrative problem? Just for us to master first the process of solving your RGP. Later on, we'll have problems wherein the percentage of completion and the expected gross profit are not given. So here, year 2, the percentage of completion is 30%, and then the expected gross profit would be 4 million. What do we do with these two things? We simply multiply. So 30% times 4 million, your cumulative RGP for year 2 would be 1,200,000. Is that already the RGP for the year? Normally, that would not be the case. Okay? But for year 2, in this problem, that would be the answer already. Because supposedly, once we multiply the 30% and the 4 million, what do we get? We still get the cumulative RGP, and that is not yet your RGP for the year. What do you do to arrive at your RGP? Starting from your cumulative RGP, you deduct the previous year's cumulative RGP. But how much have we recognized in the previous year? It was 0. So 1,200,000 minus 0, your RGP for year 2 would be 1,200,000. Okay, but again, do I want you to think that it will just be the same for year 2? No, this is just the case here because the RGP last year was 0. So to answer the question, how much is the RGP on year 2? For year 2, the answer would be 1,200,000. Okay, not because it is the product of 30% and 4 million, but because we do not have any RGP in the previous years. Okay, so the first two columns now should be filled out in your handout class. Okay, let's proceed to year 3. That's it, class. Multiply the two things you need, then deduct the previous year's cumulative RGP. Then the difference would be the RGP for the year, or RGP to be reported in the income statement. Let's proceed to year 3. How much is the percentage of completion in year 3? It's 50%. How much is the expected gross profit? 4 million. Okay, what do we do? What will be the question? Compute for the RGP for year 3. What do we do? Multiply 50% and 4 million. And what do you get after multiplying 4 million and 50%? You would get 2 million. Okay, so please write that down in your handout. So the cumulative RGP would be 2 million. And then, is that already the RGP for year 3? The answer is no. What are you supposed to do? Deduct the previous year's cumulative RGP. How much is the cumulative RGP last year? 1.2 million. So 2 million, the RGP, the gross profit that you have earned at this point. Okay? Plus, how much is the total profit from the contract? It will be 4 million. How much have you earned? The answer is depending on how much you have accomplished. And how much have you accomplished? You have already accomplished 50%. So out of the total profit from the contract of 4 million, you can say that you have already earned 2 million. But will you be reporting profit of 2 million in year 3? No, because the 2 million is for the entire life of the contract. And in the previous year, you have already reported 1,200,000. So how much additional revenue profit are you going to report this year? Just 800,000. Okay? But at this point, how much profit have you already reported? 2 million. But what is the question that will be asked in the problems? The RGP for the year. And the answer for year 3 would be 800,000. So there you can see an arrow, class. I think the arrow is misplaced. The arrow should be from the cumulative RGP to the previous year's cumulative RGP. Whatever is reported as cumulative RGP last year will just be brought forward under the previous year's cumulative RGP for the following year. Okay? How much was the cumulative RGP year 2? 1,200,000. How much will be the deduction to the 2 million on year 3? 1,200,000. Okay? So again, question for year 3 is how much is the RGP? Our answer would be 800,000. Okay, let's proceed to year 4. By year 4, the project is already completed. So what does that mean? It's 100% complete. What does that mean? You can say that you have already earned the entire profit on the contract. Okay, but following our steps, class, what do we do? Multiply the percentage of completion and the expected gross profit. 100% times 4 million would give you 4 million. Okay, because at that point, you've already earned the entire 4 million. But will you be reporting profit of 4 million for year 4? No, because in the previous years, you've already reported profit. How much have you reported in all the previous years, class? A total of 2 million. If we break down the 2 million, class, how is it going to be broken down? 1,200,000 on year 2 and 800,000 on year 3. But to simplify, class, so that you don't have to solve for year 2, assuming the question was year 4, do you really have to go through year 2, class, just to answer year 4? No, you just need the previous year as of year 3, the PYC RGP as of year 3. Because the PYC RGP as of year 3 will already include the previous years. Okay? So how much was the cumulative RGP in year 3? 2 million. So that's the amount that we will deduct from the total 4 million in year 4. So 4 million minus 2 million, the RGP for year 4 would be 2 million. So again, shotgun problem. How much is the RGP for year 1? 0. How much is the RGP for year 2? 1,200,000. How much is the RGP for year 3? 800,000. How much is the RGP for year 4? 2 million. Okay, but again, how could you have solved for the 0 in year 1? Simply 0 times 4 million. How could you have solved for 1,200,000 on year 2? Simply 4 million times 30%. But that's not how I want you to do it, class. Okay, always remember that what you get after multiplying the percentage of completion and the expected gross profit is not yet the RGP. That is your cumulative RGP at that point. So to solve for the current year's RGP, deduct the previous year's cumulative RGP. Okay? But why will it happen that the cumulative RGP can also be the RGP for the year? That can happen if it's the first year or if there's no RGP in the previous years. Okay, and that's the STEP class. You really just need two things, the percentage of completion and the expected gross profit. But why would many students have the impression that these problems are difficult? Because they might not have mastered the steps yet, but even after mastering the steps, the difficulty would be on computing for the percentage of completion and the expected gross profit. So at this point, I want to emphasize, you need these two things, but these two things will rarely be given outright in the problem class. The challenge would be in computing for these two things. Okay, so with that, the first problem should be completely filled, the first table should be completely filled out in your handout. Okay. Now, you might think, sir, what if I just get the amount of increase in the percentage of completion? On year 2 class, how much was the amount of increase in the percentage of completion? Year 1, how much was the percentage of completion? 0. Year 2, it was 30%. So there is an accomplishment this year of 30%. So you would say, then my RGP would just be the increase this year times the expected gross profit of 4 million. So 30% times 4 million will give you the 1,200,000. Let's check if it works for year 3. How much is the increase in the accomplishment in year 3? From 30%, it is now at 50. So how much then is the increase? 20%. Sir, what if I just use 20% and multiply it with the expected gross profit? Let's see if that works. 20% times 4 million will give you how much? 800,000. It works. So you apply it on year 4. How much is the increase in the accomplishment or the percentage of completion in year 4? It's 50%. From 50%, it is now 100% complete. So there's an increase of 50. What if I multiply 50%, sir, with the expected gross profit of 4 million? How much will you get? 2 million, which is our RGP for year 4. Is that how I want you to do it? The answer is no, class. But why does it work in this problem? Why does it work in this problem? Because throughout the 4 years class, the expected gross profit remained constant. That will only work if your expected gross profit will remain constant. And when will that happen? When will your expected gross profit will remain constant? If there will be no changes in the estimated cost of completion. If there is no changes in the estimated construction cost, then you can expect the gross profit to be constant. But what will normally happen in the problems? Will the expected gross profit remain constant in the problems class? The answer is no. So I want you to remember a solution that will work for all kinds of problems. Okay? So it's possible for you to just get the increase and multiply it with the expected gross profit. But again, that will only work if the expected gross profit will remain constant. But that is not the scenario in the problems. So how do I want you to solve for RGP class? Do I want you to just get the increase in the percentage of completion? No. Get the percentage of completion, multiply it with the expected gross profit so that you will so that you would get the cumulative RGP and then deduct the previous year's cumulative RGP. That's how you will get the RGP. Regardless of the fluctuations in the expected gross profit, that procedure will work. Okay? So please don't think of that shortcut class. I'm telling you, since you're still trying to learn the steps or the process, it's best to work or to use the procedure that will work for all kinds of problems. Okay? In the exam, if you're already confident that you can just use the shortcut class, you're confident that the expected gross profit will not change, then you can do that. But here, since we're still practicing, let's stick to the steps, let's stick to the table. Okay, let's proceed to illustrative problem number 2. Okay, what the question again would be, how much is the RGP? And what are the two things you need to solve for the RGP? You need the percentage of completion and the expected gross profit. And in this problem, it's already given. Okay, there's nothing tricky in this illustrative problem except that there's already progress in year 1 and the expected gross profit is still constant. So no issue here. Okay. So what do we do with the percentage of completion in the expected gross profit class? We multiply. 10% times 2 million would give you 200,000. Again, please do not end there. To master the steps, once you have the 200,000, what are you supposed to do next? Deduct the previous year's cumulative RGP. But since this is the first year, your cumulative RGP would be 0. So 200,000 minus 0, your RGP for year 1 would still be 200,000. Okay, let's proceed to year 2. Percentage of completion for year 2, 40%. Okay, what do we, and the expected gross profit is already given. What do we do with these two class? Multiply. 40% times 2 million will give you 800,000. Okay, and is that already your RGP? No, that is still the cumulative RGP, the profit that you have earned so far. Okay, but the question is, how much will you report as profit this year? If you have already earned 800,000, how much will you report this year? If you have already reported 200 last year, the amount that you will report this year will only be 600,000. So 800,000 less the cumulative last year of 200 will give you the RGP for year 2 in the amount of 600,000. Okay, again, if we break down the cumulative RGP, 200 in year 1, 600 in year 2. Let's proceed, but our alternative solution class, the one wherein we just get the change or the increase in percentage of completion. How much is the increase in percentage of completion in year 2? 30%. Where did we get 30%? It was 10% at the end of year 1. By the end of year 2, we are now at 40%. So the additional accomplishment or progress you've made in year 2 is 30%. And if you multiply 30% with 2 million, that will already give you our RGP of 600,000. But again, do I want you to use that solution class? No, because that will not work if the expected gross profit is not constant. Okay, year 3. Percentage of completion is now at 60. What is the other thing we need? We need the expected gross profit. 60% times 2 million will give you 1,200,000. And again, that is not yet the RGP for the year. That is the cumulative RGP as of this point. So by the end of third year, we have already earned 1,200,000 out of the total 2 million. But how much will we be reporting for the current year? We need to solve the RGP. Once you have the 1,200,000, what's the next thing you have to do? Deduct the previous year's cumulative RGP. Okay? Possible error, class, possible error. You have the 1,200,000, and what will you do? You will just deduct the RGP last year. How much is the RGP last year? 600. Okay, if you just deduct the 600, you will arrive at the wrong answer. What are you supposed to deduct? Deduct all RGPs class from the previous year. So if you will use the RGP last year, also deduct the RGP on year 1. Okay? But to make it simpler, just deduct the cumulative RGP last year. How much is the cumulative RGP last year? 800. So 1,200,000 minus 800 will give you 400,000. Okay, so please don't commit the error that you'll just deduct the RGP last year. Then you would say, why did it work in year 2? Okay, what did you do? You solve for the cumulative RGP of 800. Then you say, I just deducted 200. What is 200? 200 is the RGP last year. Class, the 200 we deducted in year 2 is not the RGP class. The 200 we're deducting is the cumulative RGP. It just so happens that the RGP in year 1 is the same as the cumulative RGP in year 1. But again, what are you supposed to deduct? The previous year's cumulative RGP. Okay, so 1,200,000 minus 800 will give you 400,000. Okay, let's use our alternative solution. How much is the increase in the percentage of completion on year 3? 20%. That's 40% to 60%. So there's a 20% increase. You multiply 20% with 2 million, you would still get 400,000. But again, that's not how I want you to solve. That will only work if the expected gross profit is constant. Okay. Let's proceed to year 4. Year 4, what's the status? It's already 100% complete. How much is the expected gross profit from the contract? If it's year 4, it's technically wrong to call it expected gross profit because it's already the final amount of profit that you would get. Okay, it's not an estimate anymore. Okay, but again, for consistency lang, we'll call it expected gross profit. So the expected gross profit of the contract is 2 million. Since it's already 100% complete, we have already earned the entire 2 million. But we will not be reporting 2 million this year because we have already reported some of the profit in the previous years. Okay, plus the use of the percentage of completion conforms to your matching principle. Because in year 1, year 2, and year 3, you will already be incurring construction costs. Okay, so it just makes sense that since you're already incurring costs in year 1, year 2, and year 3, you should also be reporting profit in year 1, year 2, and year 3. That's why the challenge on our part is on computing how much profit will be reported. Okay, the simpler method, class, would have been to simply wait. Was it finished in year 1? No, so no profit. Was it finished in year 2? No, then no profit. Was it finished in year 3? No, then no profit. Was it finished in year 4? Yes, then recognize the entire profit on year 4. That's the logic behind the cost recovery method, class. Under the cost recovery method, you will not record any profit until the project is complete. But what will happen? The amount that you will record in the year of completion would be a significant amount of money. But we do not like to use that, class, because it does not comply with the matching principle. Did you incur cost already in year 1? Yes, then you should also report profit in year 1. Okay, we prefer the percentage of completion method because it conforms to the matching principle. Okay, we'll discuss the cost recovery method afterwards, once you have already hopefully mastered the percentage of completion method. Have we finished year 4? 100% times 2 million. The amount you've earned is already 2 million. How much is the previous year's cumulative RGP? 1,200,000. What's the breakdown of the 1,200,000? 200 in year 1, 600 in year 2, and 400 in year 3. So total of 1,200,000. Total to be earned, 2 million. Total reported already, 1,200,000. How much are you going to additionally report this year? Only 800,000. Okay, so with that, the second problem should be completely filled out already in your hands. Let's proceed to illustrative problem number 3. Okay, so class, let me not repeat the same explanation, class. Illustrative problem number 3, percentage of completion are already given, expected gross profit already given, and it remained constant. Okay, so this should not be difficult anymore. So year 1, percentage of completion 20% multiplied with 3 million, you will have cumulative RGP of 600,000. Previous year's cumulative RGP would be 0 since this is the first year. RGP for year 1 would be 600,000. And that's 1 point already. But again, that is if the percentage of completion and the expected gross profit are given. Year 2, what do you do? Multiply percentage of completion and expected gross profit. 30% times 3 million will give you 900,000. Okay, is that the RGP for the year? No. To determine the RGP for the year, deduct the previous year's cumulative RGP, which was 600,000. 900,000 minus 600,000. The RGP for the year would be 300,000. Okay. Next, again, the alternative solution will still work here. How much is the increase in year 2 class? In the percentage of completion, 10%. So 10% times 3 million, that will give you your 300,000 RGP. But again, that's not how I want you to solve it, because that will only work if expected gross profit is constant. Year 3, percentage of completion, 70%. Expected gross profit, 3 million. What do you do with these two? Multiply. What do you get? 2,100,000. And what does that represent? It still represents the cumulative RGP. But what will normally be asked in the problem? How much is the RGP for the year? So if you have earned already 2,100,000 so far, how much additional profit are you going to report? It's not the 2,100,000 because that's the amount you have already earned, but you have already reported some amounts in year 1 and year 2. How much have you reported in year 1? 600. How much have you reported in year 2? 300. All in all, how much have you previously reported? 900. Okay, so if you have earned 2,100,000 so far and you have already reported 900 profit so far, the additional profit you will have to record this year would be 1,200,000. That's 2,100,000 minus 900,000. Next, year 4, it's already complete. Class, will it always be complete by the 4th year? Again, no, it's just for the purpose of our illustrations class. Percentage of completion, 100%. Expected gross profit is 3 million. So 100% times 3 million. Cumulative RGP would be 3 million. Previous year's cumulative RGP was 2,100,000, broken down into 600 in year 1, 300 in year 2, and 1,200,000 in year 3. So if we have earned 3 million and we have already recognized 2,100,000 in the past 3 years, the additional RGP that will be reported this year would be 900,000. Okay. And if you add all the RGP in the previous years, that will give you the expected gross profit. Okay. Hopefully there's something new with, okay. There's something new now with illustrative problem 4. How is illustrative problem 4 different from the previous 3 illustrations class? There is the expected gross profit is no longer constant. Okay, year in, year out, it changed. Okay, but will the process change? No. Okay. Okay, but the process will still remain the same. What will be the most commonly asked question? Compute for the realized gross profit. Okay, and what are the 2 things you need to solve for the realized gross profit? Percentage of completion and the expected gross profit. Okay. So, what do you do with the percentage of completion and the expected gross profit? Multiply. So 20% times 4 million will give you how much? 800,000. Minus what? 0, since this is the first year. Your RGP for year 1 would be 800,000. Let's proceed to year 2. Okay. Year 2. Percentage of completion, 30%. Expected gross profit went down. It's now 3,500,000. Okay. Because what's possible reason? Why is your expected gross profit now lower class? The total estimated construction cost must have gone up. Okay. How do you get your gross profit class? Contract price minus construction cost, estimated construction cost. So normally the contract price would be constant class. So the changes in your gross profit is caused by changes in the estimated construction cost. So if your expected gross profit went down, the possible explanation there is that the estimated construction costs went up. Okay. So 30% times 3,500,000, because that's the procedure. How much will that give you? 1,050,000. Okay, but that is not yet the answer because the amount that you would get is still the cumulative RGP. What's the next step? Deduct the cumulative RGP from the previous year, which was 800,000. So the additional profit that you have earned this year is only 250,000. So if you are asked how much is the RGP for year 2, the answer would be 250,000. Okay. Plus, let's now try the alternative solution that we mentioned before. How much is the increase in the percentage of completion in year 2? 10%. From 20%, it's now 30%. So there's a 10% increase. And in the previous problems, what did we do? Which worked? Just multiply the 10% with the expected gross profit. Okay, and how much will 10% of 3,500,000 give you? 350, which is wrong. Let's say you will experiment. I'll use the previous year's cumulative RG, expected gross profit. 4 million times 10%. 400. Still not the correct answer. That's why I don't want you to remember to use that solution, guys. I don't want you to grow accustomed to that way of solving for your RGP. Stick to our solution. Percentage of completion times expected gross profit minus previous year's cumulative RGP. Okay, let's proceed to year 3. So basically, Kasa, the cumulative RGP last year will just be brought down to the next column under your previous year's cumulative RGP. But it's positive last year, it will be negative next year since it will be deducted. Okay, you will just change the sign. Year 3, how much is the percentage of completion in year 3? 70%. Expected gross profit? 3 million. Okay, still going down. 70% times 3 million will give you 2,100,000. What's the next step? Deduct the previous year's cumulative RGP. Okay, by the end of the second year, we have already recognized profit amounting to 1,050,000. So deduct 1,050,000 from 2,100,000. Your RGP this year would be 1,050,000. And that's already the RGP for year 3. Let's proceed to year 4, class. Class, again, how is this problem different from the previous problems, class? The expected gross profit is no longer constant. But did it affect the way we solve the problem, class? The answer is no. Okay, still the same procedure. Year 4, it's already 100% complete, and the expected gross profit is at 3,200,000. What do we do? Multiply 100% and 3,200,000. That will give you 3,200,000. Okay, and what's the next step? Deduct the previous year's cumulative RGP. How much is the previous year's cumulative RGP? 2,100,000. So 3,200,000 minus 2,100,000 will give you RGP for the year in the amount of 1,100,000. If you add all the RGPs from year 1 to year 4, it will give you the 3,200,000, which is the final amount of profit from the contract class. Okay, now, class, does it appear easy in these problems, class? The answer should be yes. But why does it appear easy? Because the percentage of completion and the expected gross profit are already given. But there's also another reason, class. Because we're doing it successively, class. Year 1, followed by year 2, followed by year 3, and followed by year 4. In the problems, what will happen? You could be asked for year 3 immediately, class. And many students would not have the presence of mind that all they really have to do if you're asked for year 3 is to solve for year 2, just to get the cumulative RGP for year 2. Some would not know what to do if the question is on a subsequent period without going through year 1, year 2. If the question is year 3, some students would not know what to do without going through year 1 and year 2. Then you would say, so what's the problem? If the question is on year 3, what if I just go through year 1 and year 2? But the problem, class, is that if the problem is asking for year 3, it might not give you information for you to answer year 1 and it must give you information for year 2. If the problem is asking for year, let's say, if the problem is asking for year 4, some students would not know what to do without going through year 1, year 2, and year 3. But supposedly, what do you need if you're asked of year 4? You just need the cumulative RGP in year 3. Okay? But then you would ask, what's the problem if I just solve from year 1 to year 4? Problems will not always give you information that will let you solve for year 1 and year 2. So you have to have the presence of mind, class, to know how to solve for year 3 if you are solving for year 4 without going through year 1 and year 2. Okay? You can practice that as we answer more problems later on. And that's why I wanted us to have the basic problems first. Okay, before we have the difficulty from solving the percentage of completion, from solving the expected gross profit, I want you to know the procedures already so that we can focus on the different ways the problems can make it difficult for you. Okay. I thought we'll be able to finish all the problems tonight. We'll end here. We'll continue this on Monday.